do you think about the mornings, Clint?
I think that a baby pigeon's called a squab. Mornings are the best. They're my favorite.
Clint's balding.
Don't look at my baldness. Oh, that's so warm. Stop looking at me.
Morning of day 3. We only have 2 days of hunting left, so we gotta get it done quick. Hopefully one of us can find Gimpy this morning, put an arrow in him, or a new buck.
A nude buck?
A new buck, not a nude one. Doesn't matter, we're not picky. We just want a buck. We don't want to get skunked this trip.
I need buck burger.
Clint needs buck burger, I need buck jerky. Gosh, we gotta kill one. Gonna make a little oatmeal this morning. Some warm hydrate and recover. So I'm gonna go boil some water. It's cold. It's cold in the mornings here. Freaking hot during the day and super cold in the morning. A little oatmeal for breakfast. This stuff is so freaking good. Freaking burnt my face off. Good morning.
Morning, beautiful. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, guys. Why you look so frowny?
It's freaking early. It's not morning.
That doe is running 100 miles an hour this way. The buck's behind her. He's trying to cut her off. And she's just outrunning him. She's making him look
in the
silly.
bottom right there. Doe.
Doe. Oh, we spotted a lot of does this morning again. One little buck for sure, but the problem is him and the does fed into the thick stuff. I'm sure it's the same group that we were chasing last night, but we didn't see the limpy, that good 4-point, and he's not feeling very good. He's probably bedded up somewhere. Well, same scenario as always. Spotted a buck about 2 miles away. We're gonna try to go catch up to him before it gets too hot and they disappear. So Mott and Weems are gonna hang up high, watch from above, and Clint and I are bombing off the hill. Here we go. Clint, what's going on?
We're hurrying, trying to get to a buck that's way out across the flat that we spotted from the hill again, so we're busting.
We bombed down the hill, and this time, unlike any other time, we get a drive. So we're gonna go drive, and
He's way out there, so we gotta drive to get closer before we can even think about stalking. I might just use these boots. They're so damn light and quiet.
it's where the pigs have been. They dig up the ground.
Walk up on a big buck.
Yeah, that's kind of important to have on.
Let's, we saved a little time.
We saw like one other hunter last year on this hunt. So far, we've seen about 100 of them. It's crazy. Frustrating, but it's part of public land hunting. Everyone has a right to it. It makes it challenging. Makes it fun though too.
Not seeing him. We're up to the wash now, so we're gonna actually go across and come in on him. Who knows? We haven't seen him for a while. Our spotter hasn't seen him for a while, so he just saw where they went into the wash. And hopefully maybe they bedded. We're gonna cross this wash here in a second. Just picking it apart a little bit, make sure they're not right here.
What's going on?
So, just between us and those guys up on the hill spot, right here on the edge of the bank, that's where these deer went in. So we're gonna sneak up here to the cedars and peek in there real slowly, see if we can spot those deer. Quite a while to get over here. I don't know if we said it before, but another thing out here in these big grassland deserts is things are a lot farther than they appear. We thought we'd hustle over here, it'd be pretty easy, but it took us quite a while, and we are to where the deer went in. There's no sign of them, so they probably moseyed on down the riverbed or bedded up wherever their day bed is, so we might look, see if we can cut a track or something, or otherwise just pull out and see if we can spot them again tonight.
We spotted a nice 3-point today. We went to go after him. We knew he was far, but we didn't realize he was as far as he was. And Hunter and Tyler watched him, and he eventually bedded with the does somewhere. Not exactly sure where. But
He was gone by the time we got there.
yeah, he wasn't there when we got there.
We didn't beat the heat.
Gosh, that
Got hot, they went in the trees.
that nice 4-point that we've been after the last couple days, kind of to a fault. He's hurt, so he's not coming out with his does. He's just bedding up. And if you don't see him, you can't really go after him. So, kind of sucks he's hurt. So I don't know what we're gonna do tonight. And there are not the bucks here that there were last year yet. Even if it was warranted, say I'm dying or something.
Even if you're dying, you wouldn't say the F word.
I don't want that to be the last word I say on earth if I do die.
Okay, then just let's get it out of our system now. And it won't be the last word we say when we die. Okay?
Why?
In what context are we going to say it?
As an adjective or an adverb or a noun? You little...
We'll say that's cute as F. That's kind of nice. That's cute as...
No, I can't do it.
What's the worst word you've ever said?
Damn, shit, hell, ass. I don't know. See, I've never said...
Every other word is...
Listen, though. I don't say ass either. The only time I say that is if I repeat. It just doesn't come to my head. It doesn't... It's not... It just doesn't. Alright, so we've just been sitting here at camp trying to decide what to do. Tyler and Hunter had to get to some Christmas parties. They had some family come in, so they're gone. So we'll be hunting this afternoon and all day tomorrow just with us. And Clint and I were just talking about what to do. We have an area close by that we hunted last year that was awesome. We went there the first morning when we got here and there was nothing but does. And then we've been hunting a little bit farther away and we've been seeing bucks. But the night hunt's really tough there because they don't come out till late because it's so hot and you just have you got like 30 minutes to get it done before it gets dark. So we were trying to debate what to do. So we're gonna itch this scratch.
Scratch this itch.
No, we're gonna itch the scratch.
That's
itch the scratch. Scratch the itch. Anyway, we're gonna do scratching and itching, and we're gonna do it close by here. We've had a cold snap this morning was really cold. So what we're gonna do is just, if we see does and there's no buck, we're gonna write this place off, go back there tomorrow. And so, I don't know. It's hard to know what to do. It's impossible to know what to do for sure, but just got to do something, pick it, and go for it. So that's what we're doing.
So right now we're glassing, and it's, I don't know, it feels like 70 degrees in December. So everything is shaded up, and it's like 3:30. We're hoping to cool down here in an hour. And it's been tough. We've only had a couple hours in the morning and a couple hours in the evening to really spot deer and try to get after them because they head to the trees and the shade and the thick stuff pretty quick to get out of this heat. It's just beginning to not feel a lot like Christmas. It's too hot. It's hard to deer hunt too.
So one of the other things that we've learned about hunting the desert is typically we're hunting really big country. I mean, if you can find some sort of hill, that's where you want to be, because I mean everything's just flat and you can see forever. So one of the things we learned right off the bat from our first couple hunts is that you want to have big glass. You got to have a spotter, and then we have these 18x56 kaibabs, these Vortex kaibabs, and they've been super nice too, but the bigger the glass, the better out here. But that's also the challenge because we've been seeing bucks a long ways out at night and we only have a limited amount of time. We're just chasing the sun. Whether it's in the morning or night, we're always chasing the sun. So, but anyway, you gotta have big glass out here. It helps out a lot. Dude, everywhere I look, I'm getting memories from last year. Some good times last year. Well, it's midday right now, and we're not having much luck glassing just because it's so hot. So we want to share a favorite memory from our past Arizona hunts. I want to share mine first. My favorite memory was right here on this hill last year. Clint went on this stalk on this big old 2x3, and this hill's kind of cool because it's pretty open really, and this buck was chasing off other bucks and he had his does all up in this corner, and Clint made a crazy stalk clear across the whole face, and it was a couple hours.
That was the best stalk of my life.
I don't know how he got in there, but he got in, and literally the buck was on this side of the bush. There was a bush, buck was here, Clint was here, and they had to have been like 25, 30 yards from each other. And I thought for sure it was done dishes, and it wasn't.
He just never came out on the right side of the bush. He went lower instead of coming up.
And Clint got a shot at the other buck that was smaller that was with him, but missed. So anyway, that was my favorite just because I got to see the whole stalk happen as it went. It was pretty cool.
And then after that, further back on the other hillside, I made a stalk, got within 30 yards. I was really amped up, and if I would have had to shoot then, I would have whiffed it. But so I got down, sat behind a bush, and able to calm down, and for probably 20 minutes. But I got up and I whiffed it anyway. So when I stood up, I thought I was going to be able to look over that bush, and when I stood up, I still had branches as high as I could tippy toe up, and I thought I was clear of them, but when I shot, it went way over its back, and I think I just clipped a little branch.
That was another done dishes.
That was fun. I thought it was a done deal, but it's how it goes.
That was cool too, because I had climbed up in the rocks. I was videoing from another angle, and Hunter and Tyler were videoing from another angle, so we had two angles of it.
It would have been perfect.
It was pretty cool. That was a cool buck too. Just a 3x3 that was nice and big.
I'm a 3-point magnet.
We've had good times here. Year before we had some stalks on bucks, and the year prior to last, and it's a fun hunt. Kind of like there's nothing going on right now, so it's fun to get out of the house. And
I've got vacation time at work, so
Tyler,
instead of doing honeydews, I can come do this.
it's a lot better than a honeydew. Tyler and Hunter have become good friends too, so we get to see them once a year, and it's been cool. How'd it go tonight, Clint?
Well, we came back to the spot from last year that was off the hook. I mean, it was bucks all day long and stalking all day long, and we came back, check it out tonight, and someone was kind of in the spot we wanted to get to, and so we come over the hill and glass and just not seeing much. A lot of people out too. Trucks on ridges, people beating us to our spot, so we kind of got off the road a little bit away from them and saw one nice buck really far away that's just not obtainable, and other than that, it's pretty boring, slow night. So
Alright, well, this is the last morning of the hunt. Climbing up to up the big hill again so we can glass. Our goal is to find Limpy or another buck, and hopefully they're closer than 2 miles away so we can get on them. But anyway, last morning of the hunt, we gotta get it done today. I don't want to go 0 for 3. 3 years in a row without getting something on this hunt. We're gonna get it done today.
these deer.
Well, it hasn't been a boring morning. We've seen a lot of deer, a lot of does. It was kind of challenging. It's so thick where we're glassing, and with only 2 sets of eyes, it's just been a little bit hard. But we spotted a small 2-point, and then we saw a hunter go in, and he spooked a deer with a really nice buck. You're shaking. He spooked
I'm cold.
He spooked a really nice buck, and we watched a buck and a handful of does go into some thick stuff. So that's what we've seen this morning. Nothing we haven't been able to put anything to bed because it's so thick. It's hard. So we might go still hunt. We're still trying to decide, but good thing is it stayed cold. It's pretty cold this morning, so that's a good sign. Well, we spotted some animals, a lot of does, small buck, big buck. Big buck was a long ways away, so we thought we'd still hunt for a couple hours. How'd that work out, Clint?
I got excited for a second. Some deer ran by me 80 yards, but not any of the bucks.
I think we've lost a little bit of, I don't know, not motivation, but we're a little bit downtrodden is the word that comes to mind.
We're downtrodden.
We're a little bit disappointed and sad.
The warriors are downtrodden.
The warriors are downtrodden. So we're gonna go back to camp, get some lunch, and we only have one more evening hunt before it's over, so. Clint, wake up.
See this picture of the...
We're having our last meal before our last evening hunt. So far, we've absolutely got our butt kicked. So that's kind of discouraging, but hopefully tonight we get a little lucky magic and we can make something happen.
So there goes more people. It's been a really busy hunt. A lot of cars, a lot of guys out driving around, looking from roads, trying to find bucks. Been a lot of competition. It's been a little tough finding a place to get away from people, but this is our last glassing sit before we have to go home. So we got a guy across the road from us, people driving by. We're just gonna try to glass this big country and hope for the best, and maybe we can get a Hail Mary in before the buzzer, but we're gonna give it a go. Aaron's right over here.
Well, we're gonna finish off our last evening of hunting a spot that we did last year. Last year we never saw another truck. We never saw another hunter. And I just keep glassing up truck after truck after truck after truck. It's crazy the extreme we have of not seeing anything last year, thinking we had this perfect honey hole spot, and then this year it's just so crowded. It's crazy. It's discouraging.
Well, Aaron just took off. We only have 5 more minutes of light maybe. And he just took off after a buck that we see out here. Just a small little last minute buck. Hopefully you can get in there on him and get a crack at him. But this is literally last light of the last day we can be here. So it's crunch time, but just hope the best for Aaron, and we'll see what happens in the next 45 minutes. Well, it looks like Aaron may be making the walk of shame back up here to meet up with me. I've got all the gear on my backpack. He got dang close to those deer. I'm not exactly sure what happened. He looked to me to be within 60 yards of them, and then I was trying to text him. And so I looked down and then looked back up, and they were running. So I'm just waiting for him to get back and to hear from him. He's down in this canyon behind us, the headlamp on coming up, but that's the last Arizona sunset for 2018 behind us there. We'll see what Aaron has to say.
Jeez, those are some steep, nasty canyons.
They're deeper than they look from up here.
They're deep, and everything just wants to freaking tear your skin open. Oh my gosh.
What happened?
Well, you can't ask for a better ending to a hunt other than killing a buck. But got a stalk on a buck, and just didn't happen. I had his does at 140 yards, and then I got in closer, and Clint kept texting me and saying, "Hey, they're right under you. The buck's right under you. The buck's right under you." Because I could see the does had already kind of gone through the opening, and so I thought, gosh, it's getting dark. I gotta be a little more aggressive. So I started taking a few steps, and the buck came through the opening fast into the thick stuff, and it was just like that. And then by that time I couldn't get on. It was too thick, and they knew I was there once I started closing the distance. So even when I'd gone after him, I had him at like 25 and 40 yards, but it's so thick in there. This is the exact same place I stalked my buck last year and got a shot off, and same scenario, so thick in there. But you know, this is a perfect, I guess, reminder to me of why I like to come here on this desert hunt. It's like the prettiest sunset you'll ever see. You have coyotes howling everywhere. It's like what you think of the Southwest is what we got here, and it's just gorgeous country. And I mean, it was hot. There was a full moon. We didn't see a lot of bucks. It's pre-rut, so everything stacked up against us. But we come here because it's freaking fun. We have a good time together, and the Southwest is beautiful. So I don't know, good closing to a hunt, even though I didn't get a buck.